must recognize is that we are one people. Equality is not given, so we must take it. The time is now. Let's not waste our opportunity at this chance to be free. We need to unite. Me say we're all gonna die for this here piece of property. Cause right now the world full of calamity and poverty. And I stand right here and fight for liberty. For people on the avenue, for people on the street. Me say we're all gonna die for this here piece of property. Cause right now the world full of calamity and poverty. And I stand right here and fight for liberty. For people on the avenue, for people on the street.
We're here today as part of the National Take Back the Land movement. It is a movement that is spreading nationwide using direct action to demand housing be respected as a human right and that land be communally owned.
We believe that the fundamental purpose of a house, of these four walls and a roof in this society, should be to house human beings, to serve as a home for human beings. The fundamental purpose of this place should not be to serve as a profit center for banks and for other corporations.
I used to live at this property a year ago. We kept this property up, the grass cut, the garbage picked up, the gutters cleaned. It was in nice, beautiful shape. Now, the house went up under foreclosure last year, which forced us to go to another place. Now the house is being vandalized. People, real squatters are squatting in there, vandalizing the house. It's a fire hydrant. Anything can happen to this building. What we are here to do is stop all this here. Yes. If somebody gonna live and let a family live in this building to keep this property up, keep the neighborhood safe, and just help out. That's all we asking for.
During this housing crisis, what we've seen is large numbers of people being moved out of their homes, forced from their homes, forced from the place that they live, the place that they've known, and forced into uncertainty. While the banks, the corporations, places that do not need, entities that do not need homes, have on the other hand been given billions of dollars of our bailout money.
So what we see here is a bailout, a foreclosure crisis where banks profit doubly and the community and the people are the ones paying the high cost for it.
Billions of dollars they received just didn't materialize out of thin air. They weren't given to them by the wealthy people who run the banks. It was given to the banks by the public. And then the banks used the money that was given to them by the public to finance the evictions of people, of human beings living in these homes. This is a backwards system and a backwards way of doing things.
You may ask, and I quote, why direct action? Why sit-ins? And today we're saying why move-ins, marches, etc. Isn't negotiation a better path? You are exactly right in your call for negotiation. Indeed, this is the purpose of direct action. Non-violent direct action seeks to create such a crisis and establish such creative tensions that a community that has constantly refused to negotiate for the rights of people is forced to confront the issues, and I say today, of homelessness. It seeks to dramatize the issue that it can no longer be ignored. Can we be ignored anymore? Take back the land. No.
Since the banks, including Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, have been given public money in order to finance their reckless spending, have been given public money for homes such as this one, in fact this one in particular. This is not Fannie Mae's house, this is not Freddie Mac's house, this is public housing.
We are here to ask the Madison Police Department and the Dane County Sheriff's Office to protect families instead of corporate bailed out banks. We are also demanding that this house and other vacant rental properties owned by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac be turned over to the Community Land Trust so that the vacant land can be used for the community's benefit.
Yes.
Bail out families, not the banks. Bail out families, not the banks.
People on the street, I said we're all gonna die for this series of property. Cause right now the world full of calamity and poverty. And I stand right here and fight for liberty. For people on the avenue, for people on the street. For years we've been intellectually castrated. Racism, the only thing demonstrated. Our rights have been traded in for poverty. In this society where we think we are free, but no one really is, we just appear to be. It's just oh so clear to me what they are trying to do. Turn me against you. It's the same old trick, refurbish and reuse, and starts way before gang violence in LA. Let's take it back to AFRICA. They say we're all gonna die for this series of property. Cause right now the world full of calamity and poverty. And I stand right here and fight for liberty. The people on the avenue. sincere piece of property. Cause right now the world full of calamity and poverty. And I stand right here and fight for liberty. For people on the avenue, for people on the street.
Rompe las cadenas que te ahorcan cuando temes. Fight for your soul when your soul is fighting debes. Deje toda la porquería que te metes. Like mummies we are bound, sound struggling through the ground when we make it. This Morris code is ancient. Esclavos a las calles porque tienen odios a las razas. La justicia que buscamos nos rebatan, nos cogen y nos matan.